Hey guys, what is up? Shadolance back for another review. This week, before I even go into the main review this time, I'm doing a ton of epic weapons. That's literally all I'm doing. Sniff, if you guys saw my opening missed epics, gave me a ton of missed epic cases, and I got lots of epic weapons out of them, including a 90-day Andromalius, however you pronounce that. I also got a bunch of other epics. I got a lot of Banshee's FMG-9, which is what this review is. I got 30 days of it, I'm pretty sure. Either it was 3 or 4. No, I take it back. I think it was actually 3. Because I also got 2 Scorpion PP19 mods for 30 days each. The Andromalius was the only 90 day that I received. However, that is probably one of the 2 I actually wanted. I didn't actually get the number 1 that I wanted. I really wanted the Azazel. That's the number 1 I really wanted, because I already have the other one, but the Azazel is technically the only demonic weapon I'm now missing. I have the Andromalius for 90, I have the Orthus for 7, and I actually already activated my Legion. You'll see a review coming on it very, very soon. I have it for 30 days, about 29 now, I think, or it's about to drop down to 28, but obviously I can't renew those, and I'm not going to activate the Andromalius until I'm 100% sure that I can get a ton of game time on it, because that is going to be my number 1 weapon that I use for a very long time. I'm also no longer going to be renewing my TPG-1 Master or my, not my Captain Sousa's. I do have another 7-day in my inbox, so I won't be renewing that anymore, because I can always get that back anytime I want. I will not be renewing my Super Magnum, even though I still have it for 90 days in my inbox. I will not be renewing it once I open it. And I will not be renewing a few other guns. So I'm sorry this took such a long time to get into the review, so I'm going to hop on into it now since it is actually a shorter review than usual. So statistically, the Banshee's FMG-9, it does not have Magpul in its name, it is just Banshee's FMG-9. It has 30 of 120 shots, so that gives it an extra magazine, which is very nice. Has a damage of 36, a portability of 88, a rate of fire of 90, an accuracy of 76, and a recoil of 64. Now statistically, and this is one of the very few epic weapons to have this, the statistics are all worse than the NX counterpart. Now, when this gun was first released, people were like, what the hell was Nexon thinking? And in a way, I still agree with them. What the hell was Nexon thinking? This weapon is not particularly better. I would say it's just different. There is a difference between this and the regular Magpul, and there's a couple of reasons. And people don't tend to think about this, but there are some things that are better about the Banshees than the regular Magpul. The first and foremost, most obvious, is that it has the extra ammo. That's a big plus in and of itself. You can still put a suppressor on it, I do believe. I didn't do that for the review because I wanted you guys to be able to see the gun in action like this. Now, I know I'm doing it on Kill Creek, and I have to apologize, A, for using it on Kill Creek, and B, for using it on a map that people would never use SMGs like this on. But I actually do quite well with it. You guys will be surprised. I know I die right off the bat, but you guys are going to be surprised how well I actually do with this weapon on this. Maybe it's just because I'm good at Kill Creek, but whatever. Not pat myself in the back, but I'm actually pretty good at Kill Creek. If I have to say there's one thing in this game I'm good at, it's playing Kill Creek. So, at any rate, I grabbed my multi right here, and that makes me happy. So, other than that, I missed my ultra. There's a guy near me up here somewhere. Don't get my ultra, but anyway. So now I'm going to go on to the regular Magpul stats. Damage of 36, portability of 90, rate of fire of 90, accuracy of 77, and recoil of 64. So the differences, there's actually quite a few differences in the stats. The damage is 36 on both weapons. Portability is 88 on the Banshees and 90 on the regular Magpul. Rate of fire is 90 on both weapons. The regular Magpul has an accuracy of 77, whereas the Banshees has 76. The recoil on the Banshees is 64, whereas the recoil on the FMG-9, the regular Magpul, is only 60. So the other one has a 4-point increase in recoil. And it's actually noticeable. You can notice the recoil difference. However, there's a few things that are different. The recoil pattern is different. It is not the same. It has the same recoil pattern as the Barapi, which means that it's going to go just in a tiny V shape if you can see it while you stand still. So the increase in recoil statistic is actually smaller than the regular FMG-9. So that's what Nexon was thinking. I went through a lot of extensive tests on this because when I first saw this, I was like, there's no way Nexon would do this. There has to be a reason behind it. So the recoil level for the type of pattern it has is actually smaller. It's easier to control for an SMG. Second, the spread recovery is faster on the Banshees than it is on the FMG-9, the regular Magpul. Third and foremost, and this is probably one of the most important things of all, the damage drop-off on the Banshees is like almost as low as the P90TR. It is very, very low. One thing that the regular Magpul is known for is having horrible damage drop-off. Or not horrible, but it's not exactly fantastic. I wouldn't even rank it as good. It's just not very awesome. This gun, on the other hand, has the same damage and much less damage drop-off. This will be a 5-shot kill at even longer ranges. And that's pretty good for an SMG, because the only other ones that I'm pretty sure can do that are the PP19 mods, the UMP series, and a couple of the P90 variants. Not even all of them can do that. So that's what I'm pretty sure Nexon was thinking. Also, I can't tell because I had a hard time testing it. I can't tell whether they have the same reload or different reload speed, and I also can't tell whether or not they have different reload speed. So I was not able to test any of that, guys, and I really apologize for that. I have trouble testing that kind of stuff with SMGs because it's such a fast reload. It's so hard to clock, and I have to clock it manually. I have no way to clock it like mechanically, so it's incredibly difficult for me. So please bear with me. Either way, despite the fact that the other gun actually has better statistical usages, like better stats, this gun is also fantastic, and just for the stats it has and for the gun that it is, it's still a great gun. Just because it has not as good stats as the regular FMG-9 doesn't make it not as good of a gun. However, I would say that I wouldn't say this would be a gun that you would want to go all out to get the Epic case for. I would not be aiming to get this gun since the Magpul is so similar. While I mentioned that there were the differences, the guns overall are quite similar, so in all honesty, I wouldn't exactly be aiming for it when I can just go and buy the regular Magpul FMG-9 and test it out, or if I like it enough, buy it for perm. Now, in all honesty, this is probably one of my top 3 favorite SMGs in the entire game. So personally, I think if you get this gun, it's entirely up to you whether you want to renew it or not. If you do not have the Magpul FMG-9, then it just depends. If you don't have the gun, you might want to renew this. If you already have the Magpul FMG-9, though, unless you have a particularly huge love for the gun and you want to renew it so you can have 2 of it, I wouldn't say this gun is worth renewing. I probably wouldn't do it if I had the choice. So I won't be renewing this weapon. I will likely be selling back one of the other 2 that I have in my inbox and just hanging on to the 3rd in case I ever need to redo the review on it, or I ever need to just use it again for some stupid reason. The videos that I won't be selling back any of my currently activated epics this week, mostly because I want to be able to get gameplay with these as much as possible. I have all but the Andromalius, which I'm not activating yet, for 30 days, so that gives me 1 month to get lots of good footage with these weapons, and I'm going to be using that to the maximum I possibly can. So, oh, also a few other small things. Both of these guns are fully automatic. They don't have burst modes. I don't think they would ever have a burst mode on these kind of guns. The Barapi certainly doesn't. The ISAF has a burst mode, but that's kind of awkward and weird. Just go watch my review on that if you want to see what I think about that. They both are able to equip a suppressor, and that's about it. They both have very, very fast draw speeds. Like I said, I was not able to clock it properly, and I was not able to clock the reload speed properly either. But that's just what I think. These guns are both excellent weapons. If you get your hands on one or the other, then I would say it's entirely up to you whether you want to keep them or not. A lot of people make the decision between the Magpul and the Barapi. They're basically the same weapon, except one of them can have an extended magazine and one of them can have a suppressor. Now, in all honesty, I prefer a suppressor because I can usually get my shots dead on, and I don't need the extra ammo. I'd rather carry a second SMG, which gives you more ammo anyway, so you can get more accolades. And the draw speed's fast enough as it is anyway, so I don't have to worry about that quite as much. That's just my philosophy behind this whole thing, and I mean, everyone's got their own gameplay style. If you think dual wielding this would be kind of neat. There is rumor of a dual Magpul coming out, like a Kimbo, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. I haven't seen any like real proof about it, so that's about all I have to say for this review. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Check out my NX giveaway. It'll be over in December, so you check it out now before this review's out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Shadolance out.
You know what? Given the intelligence of the people who watch this show, this is probably a good thing to teach. Because my guess is when they're not trying to operate heavy machinery with their butt cheeks, they're probably trying to do something stupid like this. I mean, what else could you possibly teach that would be as stupid as that?
Even you can learn something from a sloth.
Fuck this show!